Hello guys, and welcome back to my next chapter in Solo Leveling Arise Overdrive. Well, this time I'm going to show you guys all the locations for all the frozen darknesses. Yeah. It was a little weird to collect all of them because in the beginning of when the game came out, there was a total of 3 spawning every time you spawned into the mission, and you had to repeat it 3 to 4 times. They thankfully fixed that, so now I can show you everything in one go. My apologies, in chapter 1 I already picked up most of them, so I only can walk to the empty locations where I found them, but don't worry, I'll mark it for you and I'll tell you where they are. I had half of them in chapter 2, and then onwards I can pick up all 10 or 3 respectively for you guys, so you guys can follow that. So without further ado, I would say let's start. A little disclaimer: if there is a spot I did not show you, please let me know in the comments and I will maybe implement it. Let's see, but the thing is, I collected all of them and we're now, well, good to go. And for those of you who are asking what you can get out of this, of course there's this the achievement you can get, and the other one is cosmetics. So at the end, when you have all the 62 of them, you will get a nice suit, which is not really a suit, but yeah, I'll show you in a second. All right, so for real, let's start. Hopyong Station, floor 1. Since floor 1 is a very linear, it's relatively easy to spot the spawn locations. The first one is after you take your first right. You'll reach a space with an escalator, walk straight past the pillar and check the green and white sign to see if it's sparking. If not, just continue on to the next spot. Take a right from the previous spot and you'll reach a place where a pillar has fallen in the middle of the station with water flowing over it. Well, usually a bunch of mining resources spawn here. In between the resources, a white sparkling frozen darkness can spawn. Now after the update or the patch, I think it's always here. It will always spawn here. The last spot I found on floor 1 is right at the exit, on the escalator to the right of the movestone. Hopyong Station, floor 2. The first location is, well, extremely obvious, since you'll see the investigate prompt appear right as you reach the second floor. So turn around and go up the stairs. The frozen darkness is right on the red door to the left. Go down the same stairs you would go down for floor 1 and walk straight. After passing into the second area with enemies, turn around. The white shining item can spawn behind the rubble next to the pillar. The last 3 locations are all close to the exit point. Right across the movestone, walk straight ahead and turn to the left. The frozen darkness can spawn next to the rubble. From the movestone, walk to the left. The sparkling light can appear on the escalator going down. From the movestone, walk to the left and straight. The frozen darkness can spawn on top of the second ticket machine. Hopyong Station, floor 3. After beating the boss, you can find one spawn point to the right next to the metal beams, or you can find it in the back of the room in the ruined train. So in this case, I already got it here. That was all the frozen darkness I found in chapter 1. Let's move on. Chapter 2, lizards. Floor 1. From the movestone, look to the left. The frozen darkness spawns behind the stalagmite overlooking the cave. The second spawn location on this map is right at the start, in the blue flora next to the scaffolding. Floor 2. Right at the point where you start the floor, turn to the left. The sparkling item can spawn on top of a little stone structure. The second location is right next to the movestone to the right. The arrow on the wall is pointing literally right next to the spawn point. Alright, let's move on to floor 3. Look to the room toward the set of purple mushrooms from the movestone. The frozen darkness can spawn right under the mushrooms. These are all on floor number 3. Let's continue floor number 4. In the first area with enemies, look to the left. The frozen darkness can spawn behind the stalagmite in the purple corner, right next to the path leading upwards that's blocked off. In the second area with enemies, there's a little torch next to the large stone archway. The sparkling items can spawn on top of it. That's it for floor number 4. Let's continue floor number 5. In the boss fight area, right next to the movestone, approach the little ledge there on the crystal and you can pick up the frozen darkness if it spawned there. As I said, now that I patched it, I'm pretty sure it will be there. Don't worry. Last floor. You can comfortably beat the last boss and then get the frozen darkness here. So after the boss fight, walk to the movestone and face the part where you can see a drawing on it. And the second location is close to the movestone, next to the torch on the left. And that's all for chapter number 2. Let's continue with chapter number 3, Gatekeeper. It's just 3 stones in here, very easy to get. Walk to the movestone and look back. A spawn location is right next to the destroyed building to the left, next to a burning tree trunk. The second spawn point is to the right as you look back from the movestone at the end of the broken road to the left. And the last one is right next to the big door Cerberus was protecting. Go up the stairs and look to the left as you stand right next to the door. And that's all for chapter 3. Easy peasy. Let's move on to chapter number 4, Kang Tashik. Floor number 1. In the first area with enemies, look to the left. It's right next to the broken wooden boxes. In the second area with enemies, look to the right. It's next to the big red crystal coming out of the floor. That's all for floor number 1. On floor number 2, right at the start point, turn to the right and look at the boxes there. The spawn point is inside the boxes. The second one appears right next to the movestone on the other side of the bridge, to the left. And that's all for floor number 2. Right at the start of the floor, instead of advancing, turn to the right and you'll find a buried arch. The frozen darkness spawns inside the right side of the arch. At the end, when the movestone appears, look back at the way you came. The frozen darkness spawns next to the red crystal to the left. That's all for floor number 3. Let's continue on. Floor number 4. Right at the start at this floor, walk to the left where all the purple mushrooms are, and you can pick up the frozen darkness from there. After beating the first area with enemies, walk to the left instead of the mission path to the right. The spawn point is next to some broken wooden boxes. In the area with the boss battle, next to some broken barrels. If you're coming from the early area, it's to the left, right as you enter the boss area. And that's it for floor number 4. Let's continue on with floor number 5. The last spawn location is right at the end. After finishing the battle, just look at the face of the movestone. The frozen darkness appears to the right next to the red crystals. And that was everything in chapter 4. Let's continue on in chapter 5, Protector of the Throne. On floor number 1, right at the start, turn to the left and it will flash on top of the fire. After you take the first left, it'll spark to the right, next to the broken wooden pole. That's it for floor number 1. Continue floor number 2. From the movestone, look back to the gate. The frozen darkness spawns in a broken box to the left. And that's already it. Let's move on to floor number 3. Go back in the room and look at the movestone. The first spawn location is to the left of the stone in a torch holder. The second one is to the right on the base of a pillar. And then move on to floor number 4. Right at the start of the floor, don't go towards the objective, go to the opposite way to the back. Turn to the right towards the ledge and you'll find one of the first spawn points. The next spot is right next to the entrance to the boss room, next to the torch pillar. And that's it for floor number 4. Let's move on to number 5. It's at the back of the room, right on the door. Can't really miss it. And then, last but not least, floor number 6. At the start of the prep room, turn around and look to the left. It's behind a chest bench looking kind of pillar case. And the last one is right behind the movestone. Be careful not to press the move button here by accident. Happened to me a couple of times when you pick it up. And that's all on chapter 5. Let's continue on chapter 6. So halfway there. Floor 1, and this has... well, there's 2 sequences on this floor. So floor 1, sequence 1. Right at the start, look at the large pillar with a torch on top. The frozen darkness appears up there. The next one spawns right between the 2 torches on the way to the objective on the top of the staircase. Move through up the staircase onwards to this mini boss battle. So after the two mini bosses, which is here this captain and the archer, go to the right instead of the objective. The frozen darkness shines on the tip of a fallen log's branch. You can only pick this up when you go this way around. You cannot pick it up when you go the other way because there is this invisible wall there until it is open. For the next one, you can head back where you found the second frozen darkness and walk to the left to an area that was inaccessible before. So this is now open. If you go up to the resources and up the route, you'll see a frozen darkness shining on the ledge. So this one really is missable, and this one took me the most time to find. Let's move on to sequence 2. Right at the start of this cave area, look to the right at the torch. And after that, right after the wolf boss battle, look to the left as you look at the move stone. The frozen darkness shines in a broken wooden structure right over here. So, and this is everything on floor number 1. Let's continue to floor number 2. Right at the start on the torch pillar to the right. And after that, pass through the pillars, beat the enemies, and get close to the broken wooden structure to the right over here. And after the battle with the bears, behind the torch pillar, to the right. And the last one to the left of the move stone after the boss bear fight next to the ice. You can also do this after the fight with Baruka. I did it right here. And that's everything for chapter 6. Let's continue on with chapter 7, the ruler of the lower floors. On floor number 1, the first 2 are right in the first area with the enemies. The first frozen darkness spawns to the right behind the white car. And the second one is a little further ahead next to a fence at the edge of the map. You can continue on and beat the boss and continue on to floor number 2. On the second floor, you'll first fight the burning demon that will run away. After defeating the remaining enemies, don't advance to the next area. Instead, look to the left and the right. The first frozen darkness spawns on storage box next to an escalator leading down on the left as you look to the objective. And the second one is to the right in the rubble next to the fence. That's everything for floor number 2. Floor number 3. The first one is impossible to miss, literally. After defeating first round of enemies, walk to the next objective and look to the right. The frozen darkness will shine in this little sewage pipe over here. Again, almost impossible to miss. Go to the move point after the boss battle and look behind it. The collectible is besides the rubble. That's everything on floor number 3. Let's continue to number 4. Right at the spawn point, just look to the left. And the second one is behind the move zone, next to a white car. That's it for number 4. On number 5, the first one is opposite to the move stone, next to the edge of the map, surrounded by the spike-looking branches over here. And the last one is to the left as you look at the movestone, hidden behind the ledge. It's a little difficult to find. I was looking around here, but eventually I found it. So, and that was everything for this chapter. Let's move on. So the last 3 chapters are fairly easy. So let's continue with chapter 8. The first one, on floor number 1. When you spawn, look to your left and go up the stairs next to the fire cage. The second is after defeating all the enemies, the second frozen darkness is located on top of the outer fence next to the stairs. This is everything for floor number 1. On floor number 2, after you spawn, look behind you in the right headlight of the silver car. You need to get a little closer because it doesn't sparkle too brightly here. So next one is after defeating the boss, just walk past the waystone to the back of the map into this little cubby here. And that's it for floor number 2. On floor number 3, after you spawn, just walk straight left behind the bus under this metal T-bar over here. Next one is right to the waystone in front of the blue fence in a cone. So just beat the floor here. And after that, you can continue on to floor number 4. Over here, in the second section, in the traffic light with the crosswalk. And then in the boss area, in the tree left to the waystone. Continue to floor number 5. Across from the waystone on a bench inside the candles. I did that after beating the boss, so don't worry about that. And of course, there's the 10th is right here to the right of the waystone inside this coffin. And that was everything for chapter number 8. Let's continue on with chapter number 9. On the first floor, clear all the mobs in the room, and then you can quickly collect the 2 orbs in a room. The first will be at the level of a double wooden door. For the second one, just look for the crystals. It'll be in the skeleton of a monster to the left of them. And then we can move on to floor number 2. Once you have taken the first blue crystal, the first orb will be in barrels next to the pillar of fire on your right. Next one, once you cleared the mobs, the 4th will be hidden behind a wall at the far left of the map. Next one will be at the entrance to this kind of short tunnel after the 4th. near the wooden scaffolding right here. Just walk up to it. You don't have, I mean, you will pick it up when you get close, don't worry. That's it for this floor. Let's move on to floor number 3. The next one will be right after you exit the blue crystal, on a wooden scaffolding directly to your right. And a 7 will be available once you've cleared the mobs. Still on your right, still on a wooden scaffold. Next one will be available after defeating the wolf boss. It will be on the left side of the circular room in a skeleton. And that's it for floor number 3. Let's move on to number 4. Once the floor has been cleared of all the mobs and the boss, the frozen darkness will be found at the back right of the room, on the pillar next to the stairs. The 10th will be directly to the left of the 9th, where the wall of the left stair has collapsed. You can see this right here in this line. And that was it for chapter number 9. Let's go to the last chapter. So floor number 1. In the first fighting area, right to the stairs in the corner on top of a shelf, or well, on the scaffold here. Next one is when you enter the third fighting area across from the entrance inside this fire cage here on the right. You can finish the floor now. And on floor number 2, when you spawn in, look behind you, walk through the arch, and then right to the end of the stairs on the ground. In the third fighting area with the boss to the right in front of a door. Can't really miss that. After that, finish the floor. On floor number 3, after you spawn, go left up the stairs. After the stairs, another left into the grass in front of the barricade. After defeating all the monsters, turn around from the waystone to the carriage. You have seen it right here. When you walk in, you can see that. And that's it for this floor. Floor number 4. When you spawn, behind you, walk down the stairs in the left fire cage. After you spawn, look to the left, right to the tree on the ground. So now the last 2, they spawn here. I had to beat Baron in order for them to spawn. So beat Baron and don't finish the level. So they're pretty much on the ground in front of you. 9 is left to this wooden planks on the ground when you spawn. and 10 is right across to the right of the ritual stone on the ground. So, and that was it. So what we get now is we get these nice costumes here. I hope I could help you out. If you liked the video, why not leave a like and comment. Of course, subscribe for more videos coming your way. I wish you guys a very, very Merry Christmas. I hope you guys are fine. Stay healthy, stay safe, and of course, see you next time. Ciao, ciao.